Mommy loves you so much, my angel face. That cat eye, did I nail it? Did I nail it or what? Hey guys, Mariam here. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to create the classic cat eyeliner look. 3 different styles. So this is going to be a very informative video that's gonna walk you through all the steps on how to create the perfect cat eyeliner. I'm gonna show you the classic, the glam, and also this exotic style that I'm wearing right now. All of these kind of build on top of the previous, so I will include some timestamps below in case you know how to do the classic and you just want to jump straight to the exotic, if that makes any sense. You're also going to want to probably favorite this video because I am going to be talking about a lot of products and I'm going to be mentioning some of the best liquid liners that I use to create my perfect cat eyeliner. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. I love you so much. And now let's get to this video. How to cat eyeliner 3 ways. Hit it! So before I get into the tutorial portion of this video, I want to talk about some liners, namely liquid liners. A good cat eye look is probably best completed with a liquid eyeliner. There are 3 to 4 types that are very popular, that are used frequently to create this type of look. The first one being the brush kind. So this right here is Urban Decay Razor Sharp Liner that comes with a little tiny brush, which you can wipe off so you can have the best amount of product, and that applies like this. It's really hard for me to draw this way. Let me try a better line. There we go. I find that this type of liner is great for creating the little twiggies underneath the lash line, or it's great for perfecting the edge of your liner, especially of your wing if you want to get it nice and sharp and tight. I quite like Urban Decay's Razor Sharp Liner. I am not a huge fan of the MAC Liquid Last Liner. I feel like this one is very, very, very thick and it just doesn't give you the same effect, but a lot of people like this one as well. See, it's just a little bit streakier because the formula is much thicker. Next is the marker type. There are several variations on the marker type eyeliner, so I want to show you some of the popular ones. First, we have Lancome Grandiose Liner with this really cool brush that I never use for anything. This is what the applicator looks like. It's a felt tip marker type that is very, very flexible, and because of how flexible and how fine the point is, you can actually create that same kind of sharp, clean, tight looking liner and wing. Look at that. This is actually one of my favorite liquid liners and one that I use often. However, this one is kind of on the pricey side, so I found a dupe in the Balm Cosmetics Schwing Liner, which is exactly the same. Very flexible wand and same great application. Now, I also find that these felt tip applicators, because of the fact that you have to dip them to pick up the product, they just work a little bit better than the other kind of felt tip marker, which I'm gonna show you next. These two, which look like traditional markers, one is from Dior, the other one's from Pat McGrath, are really great products, but because the product comes out this way rather than dipping it into the actual liquid, it has a slightly different effect. So in my opinion, it's a lot more liquidy and it tends to just seep into your skin. So it's not my favorite type of liquid liner, but I know a lot of people swear by this and it works. And now the last kind that I'm going to be talking about is an applicator that looks like a marker. However, if you zoom into it up close, it actually has these tiny little hair follicles, which makes it a brush. Because of the hair follicles, which are synthetic by the way, this product glides really easily across the skin, so it avoids that jaggedness that you sometimes get when you pull across your lid. I quite prefer this type of marker too, but you really have to test it out because, again, like I said, some of them get ruined the moment you apply them over eyeshadow. The moment this product hits powder, boom, bam, it's gone. But when I say that, I'm not referring to the UD Perversion liner because this one, for some reason, works. You just have to test them out and choose the one that works for you. So for today's video, I am going to be using my Schwing liner because it's the most affordable out of all the ones that I've mentioned. All right, let's zoom in a pinch closer for the application portion. Hit me with that zoom, Lee. Yep. Just gotta make sure this brow is looking cute because we did zoom in. Not trying to expose ourselves here. Look at this long cat hair. You guys can't see it, but this one is like epic. It's like the longest cat hair ever. The first look that I'm gonna show you guys is the classic. It's the simple eyeliner with a tiny flick. This is something that you could wear for every day, for work, for school, for errands, for whatever, just to make you look a little bit more alive and and put together. Now, I'm gonna show you a couple of tricks on this side. And by tricks, I mean the very easy and very effective dotting method. Basically what I do is I place this liner along my lash line and I just let the liner do the work. So now you have a basic gist of a line. All you have to do is kind of connect these dots and perfect them. You don't have to have a surgeon's hand for this. You can just continue placing them, dipping back into the product, and continue perfecting them with just the side of the applicator. So now once you get to the wing portion, I always notice this mistake that people make. They create this wing, but it's kind of like a nubbed wing. So let me show you what I mean. That although this works, and although I understand where you're trying to go with this, unfortunately, it makes your eye look visually smaller. So when you look at my eye this way, the nub is exactly where your eye is going to visually end if you stop the wing right here. So the reason why we created the wing, or maybe not we, maybe it was cats that created the wing. The reason why the wing was created is so that the eye can be elongated. In order to elongate the eye shape, what I like to do is close my eye just a little bit and follow the natural groove of my lash line, which is basically pointing towards the tail end of my brow. And then I'm gonna use just the tip of the applicator to lightly flick it and lightly extend this outer wing. That is looking very simple, very clean, very basic, but it's a look that everyone should know and it should just be a part of your makeup lexicon. I'm just gonna perfect it a bit by picking up a pinch more product and then also flipping the liner backwards and sort of dragging this line backwards just to thicken it. So it looks like a gradual wave shape, kind of like this. Now, this side of my face, I'm going to do very quickly without the dotting method, still using the same technique of dragging the liner along my lash line and using the shape of the applicator to help with the process. Now I dragged the liner a pinch too far over here, but that's okay because it's makeup and it can be fixed. Boom, super duper duper easy. So now I'm just gonna apply some mascara, curl my lashes so that you could see what this liner look appears like with the full makeup look. All right, mascara is on, clean, simple, and effective. Now this is a perfect everyday basic eyeliner look that you could wear alone with no eyeshadow or on top of eyeshadow with just mascara, or you could even use it to conceal your falsies in case you're wearing falsies. This is just something very simple and very easy that I like to utilize every now and then. However, because I'm in the makeup industry and because I like to be a little bit more glam on an everyday basis, I like to take it up a notch. So I am going to show you the next liner look, which is going to be a little bit more glam, so perfect for the nighttime, or if you are someone like me who's already into makeup and wants to just take it up a notch. I'm going to pick up my Urban Decay Perversion liner, which, if you remember, is a marker type but with little bristles, so it's kind of like a brush marker applicator. I'm going to start right here at the center and I'm gonna start thickening this line. The reason why I'm thickening it is because I'm also going to be elongating it. You see how this one just sort of glides across the skin? It doesn't tug on it, it doesn't pull, it doesn't create that jagged edge that you sometimes see liners do. Next, I'm gonna extend this outer portion a pinch and just connect it to that wing. Now this you can see is a much thicker wing. It's a lot longer and it's just a lot more dramatic and a lot more glam. So this would be great if you're already wearing a dramatic eyeshadow look, or if you just want a little bit more length and a little bit more volume to your cat liner. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I like this eye a little bit better. This one I was talking through a lot. Now another trick I want to show you guys is a very popular trick. You might want to keep a Q-tip and some micellar water handy, or even just a makeup wipe in case you do mess up, which happens to everybody, and you want to just clean up that line and make it a little bit more perfect. Just boom, and there it is, razor sharp. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. That is looking muy nice. All right, so now that we've done all of that, we are ready to move on to the third cat eyeliner look, which is slightly more creative, slightly more advanced. This is actually, I believe, the classic true cat eye with the extended inner corner, with that Angelina Jolie from the early 2000s type of vibe. You guys know what I'm talking about. I feel like this liner is also often used in Arabic makeup, but that's a lot more exaggerated and just bigger. This is a variation on that, and I feel like it's making a comeback. For this look, I'm gonna pick up my Urban Decay Razor Sharp Liner, which is the brush type. I'm gonna remove all of that excess product, and starting with this eye, I'm going going to extend this inner corner and basically trace out my epicanthic fold here. Not everybody has an epicanthic fold, but I do find that the epicanthic fold feature actually helps you create that sort of line. So with my eyes open, I'm literally just creating a very straight line from the inner portion of the liner to my tear duct using short strokes, keeping my product handy. Then I'm going to use my pinky for stability as an anchor and drag the product backwards using short strokes once again. Now you could stop right here, or you can go all the way around. I am going to stop right here for this look just because I do want to add some twiggies. That is my signature and my twist on any cat eye or any eyeliner look. And I'm also going to take the remaining product here and I'm going to gently extend this corner a pinch more. Now I know this is pretty dramatic, but I love it and you should too. Now adding my twiggies just in those areas where my lashes are kind of sparse or short. I feel like this is a look and it really does not need much more than what it is right now. I think it's really cute. I feel like it's very flattering to any eye shape, especially smaller almond eyes or even larger sunken in eyes. All right, so let's work that into this corner here. Same thing, just connecting and extending. Also keep in mind, this line is going to be very, very nasty once you create that little extension. So you might want to just smooth it out a pinch. I forgot to do that on this side, so let me go ahead and smooth it. Cute. Now that we've extended the inner corner, we're gonna drag it back. And then you also might want to look at your inner corners and just make sure that they're pointing in the same direction downwards and not too straight into each other, because then that's a totally different look. And then adding some twiggies. All right, there we have it. Here is the final third, very glam, very exotic cat eyeliner look without the falsies. I'm gonna add some falsies on. Eyelure Most Wanted in half to half, which I cut pretty short, so I don't even know if they're gonna make a difference, but still I wanna show you how this appears together with falsies, because this eyeliner I believe is probably best for a set of lashes rather than on its own, unless you have really, really long, beautiful lashes that you're blessed with, that I'm not. And boom. And now let's observe this final cat eyeliner look. All right, you guys, comment down below and let me know which of the 3 cat eyeliner looks is your favorite. I will tell you mine after you tell me yours. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing and for being awesome. Let me know if you want to see me do other videos that are similar to this, perhaps 3 takes on the brow or maybe 3 takes on the highlighter. I don't know. Let me know, leave your comments down below and click on some of my other videos while I wait. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Mwah. See you in the next one.